Hello viewers, this Too Fast here. In today's video, I'll be installing a paint protection film on this 2023 Nissan Rogue. The PPF film that I'll be using is from 3M. It's their brand new Pro Series 200 film. Now this new film has the latest high gloss hydrophobic technology. It also has an improved ability to stretch a film, making installation easier over complex full body panels. This film has self-healing technology, so if you have any swirl marks on it, apply some heat and it'll heal itself. The film is also tough and durable and maintenance free. You don't have to worry about it yellowing or cracking over time. People often ask what's the difference between PPF film and ceramic coating. These two products are completely different. With a ceramic coating, it will help keep the paint looking shiny and clean, but does not prevent rock chips or scratches. With a PPF film, you're actually applying a protective film over your paints, and it will protect it from rock chips and scratches. And there's also no regular maintenance you have to do, except washing your car to keep it clean. Now this kit that I'll show you in a sec is computer cut, and it's made specifically for this 2023 Nissan Rogue. Now I bought this kit from a seller on eBay that's been around for many years. In fact, when I did the video on installing the PPF kit for my Pathfinder and my Odyssey, both kits were from this same seller. The eBay store name is north.tints. I'll put the link of their eBay store in the video description below, so check it out if you're interested in installing paint protection film on your own car. In this video, I'll show you how I go about installing the PPF film onto my 2023 Nissan Rogue. With this paint protection film kit, it's a clear film that you apply onto the front bumper, part of the side fender, and front part of the hood, and also a side mirror cap. Now the kit also includes film for the headlight and the daytime running light. This is really good because the film will also protect the headlight from oxidizing after 5-6 years. To show you why I really like the 3M paint protection film product, here's a look at my 2019 Honda Odyssey. Now, you probably can't really tell, but the front bumper, headlight, and the side fender have the paint protection film installed on it. And I've had this film installed on this vehicle for over 4 years now. And for this filming, I didn't wash the car, and it's a little dirty, but you can see the bumper still looks very good. Now this Nissan Rogue is only a month old, so the paint surface is still pretty clean. But first thing I'll do is give it a wash. And if your paint surface have some contaminants on it, I highly recommend use a clay bar and clay the surface where you'll be applying the film. Now the PPF kit will be shipped to you in a tube like this. Inside the package, there's a letter from North Tints letting you know this film has a 5-year warranty. This warranty covers defects in materials, including yellowing, bubbling, or cracking. There's also a diagram of the kit that you received. So as I mentioned, there's a piece for the bumper, headlight, daytime running light, mirror cap, part of the fender, front half of the hood, and they've also included the pieces for the chrome trim around the V-motion grille. They've also included the instructions on how to mix your own slip solution to install this film. So there's one mixture for slip solution and another mixture for tack solution. To make the slip solution, for every 32 ounce of water, you add 1 to 1.5 ml of baby shampoo. For the tack solution, for every 750 ml of water, you add 250 ml of the 70% isopropyl alcohol. And then there are additional information on how to install the film. In this green spray bottle, I mixed up the slip solution. Here I'm using distilled water and a little bit of baby shampoo. Just follow the mixing guide found in the instruction. I mixed up the tack solution in this smaller spray bottle. And here I'm using 70% isopropyl alcohol and mixed it up with distilled water. Now the way you use these two spray bottles is when you're initially applying the film, spray it with a slip solution. That way you can reposition the film on the vehicle. When you're ready to tack down the film, spray the tack solution under the film to wash out the slip solution. That way the film will stick better onto the vehicle. This is a free squeegee that came with the 3M Pro Series kit. Now it's very stiff. I don't like using this one. I prefer this yellow one you see here. This is a 4-inch one and this is a 2-inch one. And the material is a lot softer. And it's easier for you to contour this around the body of the vehicle. Here, I'll roll this out. I know it's hard to see, but this first piece I rolled out is for the hood. The second piece I rolled out is for the bumper, trim for the chrome V-motion grille, daytime running light, and the headlight. I'll start with a piece for the front bumper. Carefully peel the film off from the liner and spray slip solution under it. As I'm pulling this film off, spray some slip solution on it. Next, spray the slip solution onto the bumper. Because the piece is quite wide, have a second person help you position it onto the bumper. You don't want it to drop on the floor and catch a bunch of dirt. So the first thing you want to do is center the middle, and then following the contour of the curve that you see right here, go ahead and move the film so that it fits the contour around the bumper. As you're doing this, keep spraying the slip solution behind the film so it won't stick. Once you have it centered, then squeegee from the middle out. Now if you find the piece to be sticking a little bit, spray a bit more slip solution behind it. Right now I'm focusing on this corner, and make sure there's enough film covering this corner. And while you're pulling on this corner, you can also stretch this curve right here. Now with the way the film is computer cut, it's meant for you to stretch the film to wrap around the bumper. If you want to tack it down, I'm going to spray some tack solution right behind here. Use a rubber squeegee to remove the water under the film. Now there's some fingers at the bottom here. Don't worry about that right now. We can address that later on. We'll continue on and line up the piece near the top here. Check the position of the film as you continue to work towards the side of the bumper. If it starts sticking, you can lift the film off and spray some more slip solution. Here I'm repositioning the piece that goes under the headlight. I'm using my hand to push and stretch a film so the edge will line up with the side vents. You'll notice some parts of the film that has not been touched will dry up a bit and stick to the car. Just lift it up and spray the slip solution underneath. You can then reposition it. Here I'm lining up the top corner of the film. Once it's lined up, squeegee out the water. Moving along to the side, now I'm going to match up this corner right here. So as you can see, this curve is done now. Now work downwards. For the bigger surface, you can use the 4-inch squeegee. Keep checking and lining up the edge so it has a proper coverage. Now this bottom section, you need to line up the top piece with the bottom piece. With this part that's curved in, I'll just slowly work my way into this curve. I pull on the film so it'll wrap around the side. This section was quite difficult to line up because it curved in, and I had to stretch a film so the bottom side had enough coverage to line up to the edge of the bumper. I had to reposition it several times to get it to line up. The nice thing about this film is it's not too difficult to work with. You just have to make sure your hand is clean and you don't track any dirt onto the adhesive side. Now this area is kind of tricky because it bends in. What you can do is use a heat gun and just warm it up a little bit. And this will help the film tack on a little faster. Just be very careful and only apply very little heat as it can damage the film. So most of this side is done, and I'm going to come back to finish off the bottom edge later. Here I'll start on the other side. Since the water has started to dry up, it's quite sticky. You can pull the film back and spray some slip solution under the film. Just like the driver's side, begin lining up the edges of the film to the bumper and then squeegee out the water. Small fingers here. To work out some of these small fingers, let it dry for a little bit. You can also apply some heat to it. Use a paper towel, just slowly rub on it, and then it'll stay down. Now there's a bit of film hanging on the edge. What you want to do is apply some heat. Just press it down so the film completely wraps around the bottom edge here. So this bumper is done now. Let me give you a quick look. Next I'll be doing the headlight. Here's a piece for it. The headlight's going to be a lot simpler than the bumper. All you have to do is line up the headlight. For this top part, apply a little heat to it. As you can see, this top surface is all smooth now. And now I can do the other side. So both headlights are done now. Next I'll be doing the daytime running light. Now once you tack down this corner, you do have to pull this film in this direction, so it'll wrap around this curve. Now on this top edge here, I can't really fold this film over because there's actually a little ridge where the mold is for the headlight. So what I'll do is I'll take a sharp X-Acto knife and I'm going to trim this top piece off. Here's a look at the front end with the bumper, headlight, and the daytime running light all completed. This kit comes with a protective film for this black stripe that you see right here, and also has the film for this chrome piece that you see right here. Now this piece can be a little tricky because as you can see it curves this way and it curves this way, so you do have to kind of pull in both directions. And to do that, what I'll need to do is tack on one side so I can do the pulling. So I'm going to start by tacking this corner so the corners line up. Next I'm going to apply a little heat to it so it's more flexible. Let me show you a closer look of this top film. By pulling this film this way and this way, I was able to stretch it all the way to this edge right here. Now earlier my battery died on the camera, but there's a second piece that go along the side right here. Now with the 2023 Nissan Rogue, Nissan did some cost cutting and they actually took out the side mirror LED turn signal, so that's why the film has this cutout. But for 2023, I don't have the LED turn signal here. But I went ahead and installed this film along the side so there's protection from any rock chips from the front side. Now this kit also comes with a film that'll cover this front edge of the fender. And here's a piece. So the last piece is going to be the one for the hood. This piece will cover the front edge of the hood. It'll protect it from any rock chips when you're driving on the highway. Just like a bumper, you first want to center it using these two corners on the hood. I'll spray some tack solution and tack down the middle. Now that side is pretty much done. Now I'll start working on the other side. So at this time, this paint protection film kit is installed on this Nissan Rogue. As you can see, it's quite late right now. I'll wait until tomorrow and I'll give you a better look of the installed kit on this vehicle. Here's a look at the finished install. As you can see, the film is very clear. You can't really make a distinction between where the film is and the original paint. I have the PPF film installed on this bumper, on the headlight, daytime running light, this black trim for the V-motion grille, quarter of this front fender. The hood is covered all the way up to right here. And also the mirror is covered. Now if I show you up close, this is where the line is for this piece. And for the hood, the line's right here. Now remember at the beginning of this video I mentioned this 3M film is hydrophobic. What that means is it has a property to beat off water. Let me show you that right now. For those of you who might be interested in installing a product like this on your own after watching this video, if you have never installed this type of product before, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being most difficult, I would rate this at about 8 or 9. The reason for that is because you do have to understand how that film material behaves when you stretch it around the bumper so you can get it to conform to the shape that you need. The front bumper piece will always be the most difficult to install only because it's a very large piece, it's awkward to work with, and it's best if you have someone to help you so you don't risk dropping the material onto the ground and picking up all kind of dirt and debris. So here are some pointers I can give you for installing the front bumper piece. First, you want to line up this piece onto the bumper and center it so you have equal material on the left side and right side. Then you want to tack down the center area so you can stretch the material to the left and to the right. And the computer cut design is designed so that when you stretch it, the film will conform to the shape of the bumper. So that's done on purpose. Now the adhesive that's behind the film is water activated. And after you get it wet, it does take about 5 minutes for it to tack on and not slide around. So what you want to do is squeegee down the center area, give it a minute or two, and then you start working on one side and stretch it over the contour of the bumper. Now if you're installing this film in a very cold temperature, you may want to get a heat gun and just warm up the material a little bit. That will help with conforming the film onto the bumper. Now this clear film is not like window tint where you apply heat and it will shrink. It does not do that. Now one more thing that's very important I want to mention to you is if you buy a kit like this on eBay and you install it and you screw it up, don't think you can contact the seller and get a refund. Unless there's a defect on the film or the seller made a mistake somehow, the responsibility of properly installing this product is on you. Thank you for watching, and remember to click on the thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Thank you for watching this video. To support this channel, remember to click on the thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and turn on the notification bell so you get notified of new videos.